Hey everyone, welcome back to the Little Shop of Hoarders PDX Picker channel. I am Chris. It's a cold and rainy day here in the Pacific Northwest. We had snow earlier in the day, so much so that school had to be canceled. I think it's about that much snow on the ground, but I live in an area where there's some hills with upper elevation, so they had to take those areas into account before they closed it, but still crazy because it's just wet and gross out now, no snow. My parents just texted me this morning. They winter down in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and my mom texted me and said that they were out playing pickleball this morning, as they normally do, and it was so hot out that they needed to spend the afternoon cooling down in the pool. So that sounds rough. So for those of you down in the Phoenix area or the Tucson area or any of the warmer areas of the Southwest, I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. I would love to have some of that weather right now. But hey, it's greener year-round here, right? Woo! All right, so we're going to pull some orders that have sold for me on eBay. I've had another great run of sales, so third day in a row that I'm pulling orders. And I'm going to pull in order of BOLO ranking. Or maybe I should say in order of interest. These are the items that I sold that I think were the most interesting in descending order. So the most interesting is going to be first, followed by the least interesting last. But there should be some good items for you to be on the lookout for when you are out there sourcing for your reselling business. Let's go ahead and get started. The first one, I picked this up a few weeks back, and took me a while to wash it, and when I finally did, I posted it, and it sold in maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. I had no idea how to price this, and I thought my description was pretty fair as well, because it's relatively unique. I have seen, I think, a couple of these sold in the last 3 years on eBay when I went back and did the research. But here is what it is right here. This is a Supermarket Sweep crew neck sweatshirt. How many of you are familiar with the old game show? I think they've done a remake recently. Supermarket Sweep. It was in the 90s primarily. They would run around a grocery store trying to find certain items and also answer questions about groceries. Anyway, it was a show that I really liked. Well, I found this in my thrift store, and when I Google imaged it, I believe this particular style was from right around 2000. And this is what the contestants that were on right around the year 2000, this is what they wore. Because there are a couple different versions of the sweatshirts that the contestants wore over the years. When I look at the tag, we have this Jersey's New Blend, Activewear Z New Blend tag. And then on the back, where the size and everything was, is completely, completely faded away, so you can't tell at all. So that means this has some age to it, right? Wouldn't you assume that because this tag is faded like that, it's been washed quite a few times, so it has some age to it? So because of that, I think that this is an authentic contestant sweatshirt, one of the sweatshirts that the contestants wore on the show. So that's how I listed it in my description. I didn't say in the title that it was, contestant worn, but in the description I said, I believe that this item was contestant worn, but I don't have any way to verify that. So I listed it for $39.99. I bought it for either $4 or $5. I can't remember which. But I listed it for $39.99, and it sold, like I said, almost immediately. So that one I think is super cool. Just neat that it was one of my favorite shows, because I love to geek out on weird game shows like that. That was the #1 most interesting sale item of the day for me. The second one is another one of these Orbi, Netgear Orbi router things. I listed in my second one, and these sell almost, I think it sold right around the same quickness as the Supermarket Sweep sweatshirt. So it's just this Orbi router, no power cords, no cables, because when I bought it from the thrift store it didn't have any. Bought it for $4.99. This is the RBS 750 model, so Orbi Satellite, RBS 750. These help with your Wi-Fi in your homes. That sold for $67.99 plus shipping in seconds, minutes, hours, no more than about 3 hours. So if you are able to I think you're definitely going to come across an Orbi satellite, much more so than you're going to come across a Supermarket Sweep crew neck sweatshirt. That's just my theory. So definitely be on the lookout for the Orbi satellites. Super, super fast sales. Sticking in the super fast sale category, I listed the second one of these that sold within a day. And that's this Patagonia duffel bag. So for those of you that have watched my recent videos, you saw that I've come across 6 months or so ago, I came across 3 Patagonia duffel bags at an estate sale. One was 20, one was 6, and one was 5. The 6 and the $5 one were all messed up. Had yellow tape on the sides, like yellow duct tape. I was able to get it all off, but it was a process. And then here's this one here. This was the nicest of the 3. So that's why I had to pay $20 for it. I wish I had looked into it a little bit more. Here is the Patagonia logo. These are all from 1997, made in the USA. These ones, this one was in much better condition than the other 2. The other 2 are just all scratched up and dirty. Not dirty, but just scratched up and like rub marks here and there. This one is in decent condition, but it still has a noticeable musty smell to it, which I noted in my description. I called this a gear bag, not a duffel bag, and that sold, like I said, almost immediately for $34.99. Not very much profit because I had to pay $20 for it. So maybe I could have listed it for higher, but it was a bad buy. Like I said, I probably shouldn't have bought maybe the cheaper ones, just because they're only $6 and $5. But spending $20 on an item that smells is really not recommended. But it was everything else about it is in pretty good condition. It does have a couple of locks on it that, or one lock or 2. Yeah, 2 locks on it I couldn't get off. I tried to saw this one off. I tried using a hand saw to get this one off. Can you see the cut right there? I'm just going to leave it on there, and I'm going to let the buyer deal with that. But anyway, like I said, maybe I could have got a little bit more for it, but $34.99, super fast sale. I can move on to better options. All right, that was the top 3. This is interesting. Okay, this is a good one. This is a clear number 4. I was at the thrift store and I came across this, and I was like, what the heck is that? Because of the packaging. And then it was quite obvious what it was. But this sold right here. It's a Tyco Flex Pack battery pack, okay? But you notice how it's like cut off on the top there? So this is still new in the package. I verified that it's new. This is just a plug-in battery charger for like some sort of, I don't know if it's RC cars or Power Wheels or something. I don't know. It says Mattel Wheels on it, so it's the only reason I say that. But the top piece was cut off of it, so I think I paid $5 for this. And these sell really well, new, like this. So, but I was like, I don't know, is somebody gonna buy it with that top cut off like that? I listed it for $34.99 plus shipping. It took about 2 weeks, I think, maybe even a little bit less than that, but it sold for basically the same price, a little bit cheaper than the ones, I think the ones that had the top on it were listed for $40. So, you know, I discounted mine a little bit because it was missing, but it's still new. Buyer's still gonna get everything that they were hoping for, which is a new battery and charger, add a bit of a discount. Interesting though, I took a bit of a chance on that. So that's why that one comes in at number 4 for sales of the day. Number 5 in terms of the sales, it's only good because it sold for decent money, but man, it took a long time and I don't really understand why. It's priced fairly, but this is it took like probably 3 or 4 months to sell. This is a Breg shoulder immobilizer, okay? These ones I thought for sure were not going to be allowed to be sold on eBay when I first bought them, because I came across a Breg item at the Goodwill outlet and I went to list it and it was pulled down because that particular one was by prescription only. But these shoulder immobilizers are not. This one is new in the package. Basically it's just one of those braces that you put over your arm and put your arm in it like this, you know, down lower so that your shoulder doesn't move. And those are spendy, super spendy. So I listed mine for 48, I don't know, some sort of amount around the $55 or $60 total, because that's what they usually sell for. But like I said, it took a long time to sell, 3 or 4 months, but it finally did, and I think it was on discount because it sold for $48.71. I sent out an offer and somebody accepted it. So $48.71 plus shipping. So I paid, like I said, $5-6 for it. Very low cost, nice high profit on it. So that is why that one is number 5. Not very interesting, but a good sale nonetheless. So how are your sales doing out there? My January was nerve-wracking. I didn't think it was gonna do that well. The middle of the month was real bad. I had 2 days in a row in the middle of the month where I had no sales at all, which is very, very uncommon. But things are really starting to pick up. My February is starting off gangbusters, so very happy about that. How are your sales though? Are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. This next sale, not a big money item, but it's cool because, now where is it? I didn't know exactly how it was going to turn out. So this particular set of knives, it's by Opinel, I think is how you pronounce it. Opinel. Bought it for $3 at my thrift store. They're made in France, so it's a paring knife, a serrated knife, and a peeler. So I guess it's 2 knives and a peeler. I couldn't find this listed anywhere. There were no other listings on eBay. When I Google Lensed it, I couldn't find it anywhere. I think I was finally able to find it off of just a Google search. So I don't know where this came from or when it was sold. Not too long ago, I don't think, but it's only $3, so I knew it was. Opinel is a very good brand for kitchen knives, and so I knew it was probably going to be safe. I didn't make a ton of money, but it was just interesting, and the amount of research I had to find just to come across a similar version of this, and that sold for $18 plus shipping, about 2 months. Decent, quick sale. The next one is. Maybe I should have put this one higher. I already forgot where it was. Box 2 or box 3, but this was one of my few remaining Christmas ornaments to sell from the big lot that I bought in December of 2023. Box 2. So I think I have, after this one, maybe 2 more. And most of them were Enesco ornaments, paid $1 each. Really good return on those. One of my better, well, it's definitely my best Christmas related item purchase, but one of my better returns overall. It's like I have 3 left after this one, and those ones that are remaining are not good ones. Shouldn't have bought them to begin with, but I bet you I've sold close to $200 worth of these Christmas ornaments and paid probably $15 for them all, because I think there were about 15 of them. Some of them sold for $35, $20, $25, free shipping, most of them. But this one here is, I think, from, these all came around from the 90s. The other ones anyway, so I think this one is also from that time period. I'll just end up showing you a picture of it, rather than taking it out of the box. It's a Disney Pluto ornament. He is an angel, howling, super cute. Sold for $15 plus shipping. I had a Mickey one as well. That one sold also somewhat recently. They both took over a year to sell, but then they sold within about a month of each other. So both after Christmas too. Kind of funny. Funny how that works out. All right, coming in at number 8, I think. I think that's the number. I sourced these at a fundraiser garage sale, so part of me was being nice, but not very much. That wasn't the primary reason I bought these. I bought them because I thought they were going to be good for resale. Some of them were, most of them were not. I'd say there were 2 or 3 really good ones. And that was, there was a whole bunch of new, like, beauty products. So we have these Perlier, or Perlier, P-E-R-L-I-E-R, Honey Mile, or Honey Meal, M-I-E-L. Royal Jelly Revitalizing Cream, okay? There's 2 of them. I had 2 listed. Paid $8. I paid a flat fee for this whole table of new products. Came out to be about $8 per item. So essentially paid $8 each for these, and the pair of them sold to the same buyer. They were listed for a long time. They were on sale, and they eventually sold for $11.21 each. So terrible from a resale profit perspective. Decent sellers. So if you can get these, I mean, it took me about 6 months to sell, maybe 7 months. But if you can get these for like $2-3, maybe it's worth it. In general, not great, not a great pickup, but at least there was some profit, a little tiny bit to be made. Okay, we got three more left, so this would be number 10. And man, I'm terrible at remembering what box that was in. Anyway, this is a box 12. This is a good reminder of, I think it's time to adjust. Well, I used to source these like crazy. I would buy them any chance I got, as long as they were under $10. And I bought a lot of them. But the price for them is going down significantly. Well, what the item is that's sold is a pair of Carhartt pants, and that's what I'm talking about. Really potentially reducing those, reducing the number of those that I source, unless I can get them for really cheap, $3 to maybe $5, for just your normal, everyday Carhartt cargo pants, jeans, things of that nature. I still am a big fan of the overalls, the jackets for sure, some of the vests, and the double knee pants or jeans. Double knee pants usually. This is just a pair of normal cargo pants, and it sold for $18.71. The issue is I can't find them, and I may have sold them on Poshmark. I originally had these listed for $24.95. They've been listed long enough that they went into my 25% off sale, which is why they sold for $18.71. It doesn't look like I sold them on Poshmark, at least they're not showing up in my Poshmark sales, but it might be because I sold them long enough ago. Well, no. I mean, I pulled up all of my Carhartt, and I was even, the furthest one back was April 12th, so I'm gonna have to do some more digging on those. I might have just put them in a different box, but this is what they look like. Amazingly, they look like a pair of black cargo pants. Well, I'm gonna have to bump that one down to number 12 if I can't find it. Number 12 on the list. I haven't had one of those in a long time, where an item that's out of stock, because sometimes you worry about that with cross-listing. Maybe you'll sell it on a different platform, and the cross-listing website that I use, Vendoo, does, for the most part, a super good job of delisting items. Every now and then there's some technical glitches where there might be an item that sells that doesn't get delisted on the other platforms. This may have been one of those issues, but it hasn't happened for quite some time, so I'm hoping I just misplaced it. This next item was a learning experience. It was a little bit of a money-losing learning experience, but that's okay. I was always on the lookout for Snap-on tools. I think any of us tool shoppers know that Snap-on and Mac, maybe one other one out there that I can't think of off the top of my head, those are winners when it comes to the resale market for tools. Usually you're going to get the highest price for them. Well, I came across, for the first time, this Snap-on tool about a year ago. It was surprising it took me about a year to find any Snap-on. You know, this is my 4th year in the reselling business. Can't really see it, I don't think, but down there on the handle it says Snap-on. This is a breaker bar. Something you use for like socket wrench type things. And I had to pay $20 for it, or that's what they were asking for. And I'm like, sweet, Snap-on, $20, oh no. I looked it up, they were selling for around $35. So I was like, well, I don't want to spend $20, but if I can make $35 off of it, and at least I can say I have dabbled in the Snap-on market. Well, there weren't a ton that had sold, maybe 3 or 4 in the last like year or two. This isn't a super commonly needed or used tool. It is very heavy. I feel like I could really break something with this, but sturdy. I had it listed for like 35 bucks, and eventually it went on sale. I think it was like 26 or something, and then somebody sent me an offer for 21. And I hadn't had any, I think I had maybe 1 or 2 watchers, but just no interest. I've sent out a bunch of offers on it over time, you know, maybe to the same people, I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't send out a bunch of offers, but anyway, I've tried to sell it the best I can. So once I got the offer for $21, even though it was basically the same that I paid for it, with fees and everything, I'll be losing money. I'm just excited to get some money back for it, because it had been in my store for close to a year, too long. So I was ready to get it out of the inventory. And number 12 on the list of items, the least exciting, the least interesting, and the one that I recommend sourcing the least out of all of these is this guy right here. I source some cordless telephones. There's this, and then the base that you put this in to charge, maybe a couple others. So this is just a replacement headset, Panasonic. I paid like $4 for the whole set of things. Just make sure this is the right one, because I had a couple of them. Yep. That took forever to sell. Close to 2 years, I would say. So that's the main reason why I would not recommend sourcing it. Also, the second reason, I only sold it for $12.70 free shipping. So, you know, it'll be about $5 to ship it. You're looking at $7.70 in fees. You're looking at like $6. I probably spent about $1 on it. So hardly making any money at all, and it was in my shop for way too long. So that's gonna do it for my top 12 list of things that I sold. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video if you did. Subscribe to my channel, please, so you can get more content like this in the future. Good luck on your reselling ventures out there, but we will catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.